what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm broken system, broken trust, and I approve this message.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Yes, an early stream. Somebody sent me this. Somebody sent me this 2 days ago, I think. It's Daniel McGough. And it's his full arrest by the Michigan State Police. It's 17 minutes long. And it's just kind of crazy. He's going to get pulled over in what looks like a Cavalier. They're going to sit him up in the front seat. And they're just going to talk shit to him the entire time. And then he's going to, it's just going to be a great video. And at the end, it's going to tell you exactly what he's being charged with. Daniel McGough's not a great guy. Doc, I think it's funny that good old TB is now accusing me of calling his job to get him fired, even though he's claiming that that's not him. He's really bad at pretending he's got 50,000 different names. Did he actually stop and move on from his Sav shittery? Only time will tell. Yeah, massage the like button if you like this video. Let me pull up this and we will get everything set up. Yeah, we're going to watch it like this. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
On July 3rd, 2025, just after 7 in the morning, a trooper with the Michigan State Police was patrolling I-94 near Scioto Township. The trooper detected a vehicle traveling at 94 miles per hour in a posted 70 mile per hour zone and initiated a traffic stop. Unbeknownst to the trooper, Daniel McGough was behind the wheel.
Can you stop?
We're not found another car when we get there.
Stop!
Before he talks to Mr. McGough here, can we talk about this for a second? I think I mentioned this a couple streams ago. What is wrong with sovereign citizens just saying F the speed limit? I know I've covered 2 times in the last month where sovereign citizens will get pulled over, not because their plate is bad, or maybe their plate is bad, but the officer notices them because they're going 170 or 150, and then they go, "Oh, I was not doing anything wrong." Don't bring attention to yourself if you're breaking the law. That's a common sense.
Hello, I'm Trooper Cheney, Michigan State Police. You have your driver's license on you? Speed, sir. I had you going 90 miles an hour down the hill back there. I was trying to catch up for a long time. I need to see your driver's license.
90 miles per hour? How did you clock that?
My radar, sir. I need your driver's license.
Your radar at?
My radar is mounted in my vehicle. Where is your driver's license?
I'm not traveling at a commercial capacity.
You don't have to be. Did you see the plate? I don't know what that plate is.
At the time of the stop, Daniel's vehicle displayed this license plate. Further investigation identified it as originating from...
Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Department of State, National of the Amnesty Coalition, no expiration, non-commercial, diplomat, ambassador at large. Ambassador of what? Diplomat of who? Of no one. You're an idiot. Yes, this channel, the link for this channel is in the description because they have done, I think this is their 3rd part of the Daniel McGough saga. So I have a feeling that this channel, let me just double check here. None of that's going to help. I think it's like Mitten State something or another. I think they have the potential to blow up simply because there's so many sovereign citizens in Michigan. Yeah, the speed only applies to drivers. He's a traveler, not in commerce, even though their own law books tell them that they're wrong.
From an organization called the Amnesty Coalition. Additional research indicates the group presents
Yes, Mitten Crime Network is the name of this channel.
itself as a self-declared micronation, promoting an unconventional interpretation of U.S. sovereignty through symbolic nation building and personalized legal ideology. Public materials associated with the group identify its primary figurehead as King Pickle His Excellency.
Oh my lord. This is the guy that already destroyed in a debate. Who I don't believe he's an attorney either. Somebody remind me to send this video to Artie.
Under the Rumble username, One Stupid Based on the branding, repeated pickle-themed references, and the group's designation of supporters as Pickletarians, the organization appears to function primarily as a political, promotional, or satirical movement, rather than any recognized entity.
It doesn't matter to me when you're speeding. It's a traffic violation. I haven't read this. It's a violation, right? Yes, sir.
Okay. So, violation for commercial capacity.
No, it does not matter what capacity you are in. It's a violation of speed. Where is your driver's license?
I'm in a private capacity.
Okay. Where is your driver's license? Yes, you do. I am conducting a traffic stop. By law, you have to identify yourself.
I have to identify myself?
Yes, sir.
For what reason?
Because I am conducting a traffic stop, aren't you? You are in violation of the law.
No.
I stopped you.
No,
I am conducting an investigation of the violation. You must identify yourself according to Michigan law.
So you said a violation, and that's not breaking the law. That's a code. Code is a commercial thing.
It is not commercial. It doesn't matter if you're going to get ice cream at McDonald's. I can stop you for speed.
You can stop me. You have no reason.
Where is your driver's license?
Everything illegal. That's
okay, where is your driver's license? Yes, you do.
No.
By law, you are required to identify yourself to a police officer.
I'm not traveling in a commercial capacity.
It does not matter what capacity you're traveling in.
It matters.
It does not matter what capacity you are traveling in.
Except the plates.
What about the plates? What are the plates supposed to mean? I know nothing about what that plate
In a
means.
commercial capacity. I'm a federally registered private car. What is that?
Okay, let's talk about this for a second. If I have the capacity to make a fake plate. I think everyone has the capacity to make a fake plate from a place that doesn't exist. They have an annual convention called Picklemania. Turns out that's Tiffany and Chris's favorite mania. But yeah, we all have the ability to make fake plates. We all have the capacity. If I make a fake plate saying I'm from KFARRville, a micronation, I'm still going to get pulled over and I'm still going to get arrested. Those are just the facts of the matter. Tiffany and Chrissy are charter members. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They love Pickleteria.
What does that even mean? That means nothing to me. Who are you?
Where are you?
I'm Trooper Cheney with the Michigan State Police. I work at the Brighton Post. My badge number is 1245. Now I have asked you to identify yourself, and you will identify yourself.
Reasonable articulated suspicion for the stop is speed.
Yes, sir.
From
Excessive speed.
a radar gun.
Yes, sir.
That you think that you pointed at.
It's mounted in my vehicle. It's pointed at everybody.
Yeah, but did you know that state troopers, that all police officers all around the world have testicular cancer because they're pointing these guns at themselves all day?
Okay, well, I haven't...
Well, I haven't experienced that, is what the officer was going to say, or the trooper was going to say. You would think if every cop everywhere was getting testicular cancer, people would be talking about that. But it seems like more nonsensical garbage from Daniel McGough.
I haven't experienced that, so I feel for those state troopers. I need you to identify yourself. What is your name?
You don't have a reason to ask for my...
What is your name?
You don't have a reason to ask for my identification.
Yes, I do.
Do not.
Yes, I do. I am here on the side of the road with you. You need to identify yourself.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did. That is why I'm stopping you.
No.
Why did you roll?
Please call your supervisor.
For what reasoning? What reason do I have to call my supervisor? Because you don't want to listen to me? Because you are not obeying the law?
So in line with the law.
You are not identifying yourself.
I don't have to identify myself.
You have to identify yourself.
You don't. This is
Identification now. You need to step out of the vehicle. Yes, you have. That's why I am stopping you. Okay. If you want to sit here and keep on doing that, you are escalating the situation. You need to identify yourself to me. I am not going to argue with you anymore. You will.
Gonna pull a Chris Ryder here. Put a 1 in the chat if you think on a legal traffic stop, if the officer asks you, hey, let me get your ID, and you keep not giving him the ID, it's actually you escalating. Again, common sense leaves every single one of their bodies the moment they look up, how do I get out of not having a license? I think that's clear. But like, it's common sense, dude. If you're at a traffic stop and you're not doing what the officer says, you're the one escalating.
Step out of this vehicle and you will identify yourself. The faster you cooperate with that, the faster we can get you back on the road. It's Trooper Cheney. I already said that. Badge number 1245. What am I calling my supervisor for? What am I going to tell them? Let's have you call him right now. What am I going to tell my supervisor?
You pulled me over in what capacity?
Speed violation! 90 miles an hour on the freeway where it is marked 70.
So you can hand me the ticket.
I can't ticket you if I don't know who you are.
I really don't want this to get any bigger than it is.
Then identify yourself. I can take your name. What is your name?
What's happening to Daniel McGough currently and what he's already gone through makes this incident even more hilarious, because it's like, dude, you lost. You lost. And you're here during the arrest talking crap. You don't want to get this to get any bigger. Bet.
I find myself. I'm not going to.
Do not leave. I think he's a sovereign citizen. But watch yourself. He's not listening to anything I'm saying, so we're gonna get him out of the car. He's not identifying himself. He's not I've told him to step out of the car multiple times. All right, are you listening to me? Okay, I need you to step out of the car like I've asked multiple times. My supervisor is not going to come all the way down here for you not listening to me. I do not need a supervisor for you to identify yourself or step out of the vehicle. You are disobeying lawful order. You are not free to go. Not obeying lawful order to identify yourself or step out of the vehicle.
I have the right.
You are to step out of the vehicle and identify yourself now.
I have the right to a counselor, right?
You are being detained right now. You need to step out of the vehicle. Unlock the door. You are not understanding anything that I am saying up to this point. Yes, you will identify yourself. Let me call my supervisor real fast.
What'd you catch?
I think he's one of those sovereign citizens. He hasn't said it, but I don't think that's a real plate, and he won't identify himself, won't listen to anything. He said that he's not traveling in a commercial capacity, so he's
sovereign citizen.
Generally speaking,
I'm going to have you guys listen to everything that he's about to say. I have a short coming out at 1 p.m. today that I got from that stupid sovereign citizen Facebook group that I'm in, where the guy literally posted 9 documents of sovereign citizen garbage and was like, I showed the officer these documents because I know the law. But then when I got to jail, they told the jailer that I was a sovereign citizen and I got treated wildly different than everyone else. But I'm not a sovereign citizen. That's not even a real thing. And it's like, you can't buy the documents from sovereign citizen gurus. You can't use the same terminology as sovereign citizens. And then when you get called a sovereign citizen, go, oh, I'm not a sovereign citizen. Those aren't real. Like, I love it how this guy heard 5 seconds of the story and goes, sovereign citizen.
sovereign citizens believe they are not subject to the rules and regulations of the United States, often misciting or completely fabricating existing U.S. law as justification. The same U.S. law which they purport not to have to abide by.
Want me to try as a office employee or an elected official, and they usually believe in that?
If you think you can talk to them, it'd be better.
Let me go throw my vest on real quick.
Good call, deputy.
We'll have you provide some sort of ID so this doesn't escalate to the point where we don't want it to.
My supervisor's on his way. We've also got an elected employee that's here if you would rather talk to him. He's coming up here to talk to you in just a minute, all right?
You are the only one. I can't stop you from making a phone call. I mean, it's a crank window. We can just push down on it.
Probably.
It's not motorized.
Break it.
If I go that route, though, he's going to jail.
Huh?
If I go that route, though, he's going to jail. 1233 secure.
Oh, I mean, we're pretty much already there. If he doesn't kill himself.
Since the time
He was taken back. He goes, "Oh, if I have to escalate to that point, he's going to go to jail." And the officer's like, "Shit, I thought he was already going to jail."
the stop, 2 Chelsea police officers, a Washtenaw County Sheriff's deputy, and 3 total state troopers have arrived on scene. After roughly 30 minutes of pleading with Daniel, calling supervisors, and getting absolutely nowhere, the initiating trooper had had enough.
Yes, I'll be real.
What's going on?
I do have 1983 lawsuits.
Okay. Are they criminal?
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so this is his second arrest for this shit. If you recall, I believe the first one was with Judge Simpson, where he tried to file a lawsuit against Judge Simpson, the court, the police department that arrested him, yada, 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 yada. So the fact that he's trying to brag about... Don't brag about lawsuits. Don't brag about lawsuits unless you win, because turns out anyone can file a lawsuit if they have the money to do so.
I'm not worried about that because I'm acting within the law right now. You are not acting within the law. I am giving you one more chance to step out of the car on your own.
Well, you're not going to get this help.
You don't get one right now.
I have.
You don't get one right now. You'll get one before you see a judge.
Right now.
Yes, you will get one before you see a judge. You have a right to remain silent if that's what you would like before talking until you have talked to a lawyer.
I have a right to a counselor. You're not giving me that.
No, not right now.
So I surprise my right.
Step out of the car. That was your last chance.
Hey, hold on. That's the second window I gotta fix, man.
All right. Put your phone down.
I'm gonna tell someone else.
Stop.
I can say with 100% certainty that is the first time that I've ever seen an officer open a window in that way. And because it's 2026, I don't think I'm ever going to see that again. That was slightly impressive. I thought when he's like, "I'll just push it down," it wasn't really going to go, but he just did it. I prefer the bare hand rip the window off the door, but this one works.
Out of the car. Turn and face your vehicle.
He said I could keep my phone recording.
No, put your phone down.
I'm going to be arrested right now.
I'm gonna leave it recording. I'm just gonna set it here.
You had way too many chances to step out of that car.
There's a chance to give me a lawyer and he won't.
You can get a lawyer before you see a judge. We gave you 100 chances. I did not illegally search you. You're under arrest.
It's been illegal.
None of this has been illegal.
You will.
The only illegal part is you not listening to us.
You will be in federal court.
Okay. That's fine. All of this is on camera.
You've been escalating this whole time.
Okay.
I can hang out with him like
Sovereign?
Yeah.
Allegedly?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Allegedly.
He never said it specifically,
That's
but
what he was saying. He never said it. He was quoting all the stuff.
yeah, he's quoting all the stuff, and I've never seen that plate before.
Yeah, no, that's the sovereign plate. There's a handful of them that look like that.
You know, it would have ended the same way if it was just the sheriffs out here, right?
No.
Because you still did not identify yourself. You still would have been pulled out of the vehicle.
I'm not going to talk to you no more. I tried. I'll see you in court. You guys are trying to generate revenue, and I was just happy to be the target.
Good morning.
You don't know that's what you're doing, but that's what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, but I know that you showed up late. Hopefully you know who Daniel McGough is. He's a big-ass dummy. He had a fake plate claiming he was a diplomat. He was going almost 100 in a 70. And the officer pushed his window down because it was a roll-up window. Now you're caught up.
And
Learn something new every day.
it's just going to cost. Now, I get the public servant part. I get, serve and protect, but stalking people and being a road pirate isn't it. You poaching people from the blind isn't it. That's not serving and protecting.
I was behind you. I wasn't poaching anybody from the blind.
Saying you're hunting. I'm not hunting. I'm just traveling. You're hunting me. You hunted me down. And now you're going to escalate this so you're in federal court. You're going to remember this forever.
Okay. Do you need to go to the hospital for any reason?
He's going to remember this forever, but not in the way Daniel McGough thinks. Again, this has already been to court. It's not going well for Daniel McGough. And he says, oh, I'm not hunting. Tell that to your ex or your baby mama, I believe. Because it seems like you were maybe hunting her.
Yeah, I got serious stress.
We're not going to the hospital for stress.
No, my heart's racing really bad.
Yeah, because you know you're fucked.
Maybe en route to Chelsea Hospital for reports of racing heart. Do you want to go to the hospital?
I'm going to, regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to reject me out of the jail.
If I take you to the jail, if I take you to the jail right now and you tell them that you need to go to the hospital, they won't let me take you in.
Tell them that. They're going to figure it out. These are vitals, dude.
What does that mean?
I've never once steered you in the wrong direction, bro. You've been escalating this the whole time. I'm telling you what's going to happen every step of the way, and you just keep doing it. Let's do it. Let's live for it.
You cannot get out of an arrest by saying I have a racing heart. You cannot break the law, and then when you get, served up with consequences for that, you can't say, my heart's racing a little bit, I got stress, you should just leave me alone and get away with it. That's fucking dumb.
And you're going to see it.
Okay, my question is, do you need to go to the hospital? If you don't need to go to the hospital.
Yep.
Okay,
I do.
We're going to the hospital.
Thank you very much. My uncle was a trooper, man. I got none but respect for you guys. I know my rights. I'm telling you right now, what you do every day is in commercial capacity.
Incorrect.
It's good to know. I did not know that.
We'll get into it. Commercial capacity versus traveling privately, it's different.
Thank you so much for educating me.
Let's talk about it, man. I don't want to educate you like that. I want to be real. Can we talk about what happens when they reject me? What do we do?
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Come on, man. Save me some time, bro. I want to get out of jail.
You could have saved yourself a lot of time.
Oh, dude, you
wouldn't even be going to jail if you would have just listened.
I'm just going to put this out there. I believe that if you break the law while on bond for breaking the law, you should be put right back in jail, no bond, until the cases conclude. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. If you break the law, and then they let you out with the conditions that you don't break the law, if you break the law again, you should just be in jail. Chris, shout out to you. You should be in jail. TikTok, I believe your date's coming up in the middle of March. Good luck with that. But yeah, this is stupid. This guy shouldn't even be out.
10 miles per hour over. Look at him going to the hospital before jail.
The speed limit is 70. You're
My guy,
20 miles an hour over.
Commercial speed limits. 10 miles per hour over.
20 miles per hour over. 90 minus 70. Since you are so smart and can do the math.
Hi, Daniel.
Thank you.
Oh no!
It's on my computer.
He's not in the hospital.
So my chief knows.
Oh, he's going to.
YouTube video.
Yeah.
You can't obey two masters. You only have one. Did you take an oath for the Constitution? I did. Right, but you also have to protect and serve in the commercial capacity. These procedural stops that violate your oath all the time. The right to travel is a privilege. It is a privilege that can be taken away. My guy, do you hear yourself? That's like saying
he fucked up. He fucked up, and we're gonna go back. He said the right to travel is a privilege. He said the right to travel is a privilege. You want to do it? We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do this, Mr. McGough. Sinise first row. And let's look up a Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Thank you, Eric Martin, for that dumbass thing that will never leave my brain. All right, so I'm just going to read this in the background. Well, that's the thing. They didn't know his name until they got to like this point. Sinise first row. Oh, also, because he's out on bond. He's out on bond for doing the same thing, fighting a cop. I think at this point he has a restraining order against his baby mama for like harassment, yada yada. He's got a whole bunch of shit going on, so they can't just kick him. Like I said, he should go right to jail, never to return until he's done with his case. Sinise first row, they have a great 3-point components of the right to travel. The right to enter one state and leave another. The right to be treated as a welcome visitor rather than a hostile stranger. And for those who want to become permanent residents, the right to be treated equally to native-born citizens. Sinise first row literally brought up the right to travel, and it has nothing to do with what sovereign citizens say it does. Then we're going to go to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, brought to you by Eric Martin, because Eric Martin tries to quote this all the time. Shout out United Nations Committee chaired by Eleanor Roosevelt in 1948. It would be Articles 12 through 17, and you'll see the freedom of movement. You click on the freedom of movement, and it's freedom of movement, mobility rights, and the right to travel. The right of individuals to travel from one place to another within the territory of a country, to leave the country and return to it. The right includes not only visiting places, but changing the place where the individual resides or works. Again, nothing to do with hopping behind the wheel of a car and driving. Because they're not going to call it driving, they're going to call it traveling. Because they're dumb.
It is a privilege that can be taken away. My guy, do you hear yourself? That's like saying sovereign
right
citizen.
to travel and
That's like saying sovereign citizen. Don't get mad at us because the founders of your fucking movement named themselves sovereign citizen. Just because it's dumb doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because it's an oxymoron doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Jumbo shrimp, still a fucking thing. I hate to break it to you. Jumbo shrimp is still a thing. It just points out how dumb your movement is that they named themselves sovereign citizens.
vehicle is a privilege that can be taken away for reasons
Listen, you gotta work on that. You cannot say your right is a privilege. I don't care what it is. You can't say that. Your right to travel is your right under the Bill of Rights. Okay? When you exercise it and turn it into a privilege, that is unlawful. I think the state does it all the time. It's their fault. It's a talk of the system. I'm just saying. You're the Tin Man. You are the Tin Man. If you suspect me of a crime. Or you guys don't even know this, but your whole only reason you can stop people is because of the International Vehicle Theft Prevention Program. That's it. That's it. Otherwise, your guys' stopping people would be violating people's rights to travel all the time. But you guys have the right to pull people over and verify that that car's not stolen. That's it. When you registered the VIN, when you checked my VIN, that was as far as your stop could have gone. As far as my rights go. As far as my rights go, you could have checked to make sure it wasn't stolen. If it wasn't stolen and I wasn't ID'd specifically for a crime, you didn't think I did something, then I'm free to leave.
I stopped you for
not a crime.
speed violation.
Thank you. Violation. You gotta know this stuff, man. I understand that they're pumping these systems with you officers and troopers, and I just want you to do the best in your career.
Daniel was
Okay, I'll let it go.
charged with 4th degree fleeing and eluding law enforcement, resisting and obstructing, refusal to obey a traffic order, operating a motor vehicle without securities, operating an unregistered vehicle, and driving while license suspended, revoked, or denied. During the court proceedings, Daniel maintained the court had no jurisdiction over him.
How'd that go?
He attempted to represent himself. Ultimately, he sat through a preliminary exam where the state presented enough evidence to bind the case over to circuit court. Due to his lack of cooperation, he was remanded into custody and his bond was set at $50,000. According to a source familiar with the matter, Daniel ultimately recognized that his sovereign citizen arguments were not improving his legal position. After
No way.
discussions with the prosecution regarding the case and his sobriety, the prosecution entered a nolle prosequi. As of the date of this writing, the charges will not be pursued. If Daniel reverts to his old ways, the prosecution has the option to move forward with charges.
Exactly, and I think that's fucking dumb. That is fucking dumb. This is what Daniel... Well, I guess he's still sitting on, like, the other set of charges and everything with his ex. Anywho, he needs to be in jail. I'm not going to say in jail forever, but he needs to come out gray at this point. I'm tired of the court system going easy on these people. The moment they get hit with a driving while suspended, I think a few days ago I covered a case where a guy was driving, didn't have his license, was absolutely... Oh yeah, it was because of his history, not because of what the specific charge was. And like I said, I believe he was already on bond for something similar and something worse. And he's got like four DUIs. Yeah. But, yeah. Let me see here. We're trying to get my thoughts back. Oh, yes. As soon as they get hit with a suspended license, I covered a case a few days ago. Guy was genuinely remorseful, and he's just doing side jobs, yada, yada. Told the officers right away, cool. If that guy wants to get a low bond, no bond, and have something like this happen where they're like, hey, don't do this again, or we're going to come back and hammer you, I would be okay with that. But you have a serial driving on suspended guy right there, and you do nothing. You smack his wrist and say, bad boy. And I mean, I know that he's got a bunch of shit, so maybe they're just going to hammer him on that. I don't know. But people like this, he's got 4 DUIs. Throw him in jail. I think he gave up and took the plea because someone talked some sense into him. I know everybody was super excited because he came to court the second or third time, and then he showed up with an attorney and didn't say anything, and it was just like, whack. Oh, I 100% think if your car is unregistered, you don't have a license, and no license, no plate, no insurance, and it gets towed, if you're a sovereign citizen, they should deliver it to you 4 days later in a little cube on your porch. Maybe you'd get the hint. But then again, he was driving like a early 90s Cavalier. I don't think he would have cared. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to put this out because I've got other things to do later tonight. I also have a Chris Ryder court case that I might stream tonight or tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. I'm busy this week. Somehow I'm busy. But yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anyone... Let me check. Let me check who's live right this second. I got nothing. I got nobody. Nobody. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, the next day. Whatever. Daniel McGough's an idiot. That is all. Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.